What up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on. All right, say something. See if I can hear you.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
There, you're coming in now, dude. All right. Let me get my headphones on, man. What up, Jax? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good, good. What up,
Good.
Johnny Webb? How you doing, buddy? Let me get my headphones on here for a minute. Let's see here. To my Bluetooth. What up, Scott?
Yo, what up, y'all?
How we doing? Okay, just get my headphones. Hopefully they're gonna be hooked up. Oh, there we go. Are they connected? Let's see. Can you guys? No, I still hear them coming out of the thing. Fuck.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear some people.
What's up, Nick?
What up? What up? There it is.
What's up with y'all?
How you doing?
Wow, cool. I think this is the most people we've had in a while.
Yeah. Where's my fucking headphones? Oh, here they are.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 people. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Y'all ever see UFO or aliens?
I have. Me and my buddy were hanging out in California, and it's broad daylight afternoon. We're hanging out in the Cajon Pass, watching. He's a train buff. He loves trains, so we're watching the trains come down from the mountain. And he looks up and he notices this 2 orange glowing orbs in the sky. And he's like, "Hey, look at that!" And we're both sitting there staring at these things, like, "What the fuck?" And then they do a check mark and disappear. And then we look at each other like, what the fuck? Did we both just really see that? And then, went on with our day going, what the fuck? And then, but the next couple days later, when we go to talk about it again, we both remember seeing the same thing, but we can't remember on where we saw it. So it's almost like those orbs noticed us, noticing them. And I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, but it's like they tried to scramble our memory at the last second. You know what I mean? Like a
Your
oops.
position.
Yeah.
Did you have lost time, Nick?
Huh?
Did you have lost time?
No. No, it was just fucking weird. That and the only other thing that I've seen pretty far out was these interdimensional beings that visited me. Me and Kyle and others have talked about that. I don't tell people to use drugs, and I've spent a lot of time understanding different highs and their effects, and I've been to a lot of rehabs and psych wards because of it. But I know what I saw, and it was real. And these interdimensional beings that hung out with me, they were cool. It was like I've known them my whole life or something. They would just pop into existence. It was like we were hanging out, and then they would disappear. But this one time, my sister heard the conversation I was having.
Hey, Nick,
And
do you
then-
have headphones?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I can turn my volume down. I can go find some.
Yeah, turn your volume down and put on some headphones if you got it, because I'm picking up kind of like an echo from you. Sound check.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm turn my volume way down while I'm talking. But yeah, the crazy part was my sister, of all people, heard the conversation, and then she starts coming downstairs going, "Who are you talking to?" And then they disappeared. And I tried to play it off because I didn't want to look like I was crazy. I was like, "I'm not talking to anybody." And she's like, "No, I heard somebody else here down here with you talking to you." And I was just like, "Oh yeah, well, those are my friends that come to visit me and blah blah." I just didn't want to look like a fucking nutcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
All right, I found some headphones. I'm doing it.
Nobody.
All right, I got headphones on.
Yeah,
Is that better?
I can hear you.
Copy.
Yep, we can hear you.
All
Loud and clear.
Wait, is that better with the headphones on, you guys?
Yeah, much
you're
better.
still real loud though.
Yeah, you're still really, really loud, man.
Still really loud.
Copy whoever just said I'm in this. Rain, is that you?
Kyle, can you hear me? It's Hang now.
Hey, what up, Hang Now? How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
All right, I turned my volume all the fucking way down.
Yeah, Nick's so fucking loud. Sorry, Hang Now, I couldn't hear you, dude. Nick said something he's so fucking loud. What up,
Can
UFO?
anyone
I just literally jammed the
anyone hear
microphone
me?
to the box, and I've never done this before.
Hey, man, it's fucking working fine, dude. Sounds good to me, man.
Cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah, double thumbs up.
Anyone hear me?
Yeah,
hear
man,
you,
got
Ryan.
you.
Absolutely.
So, the guy who's hosting the show, what's your name?
Kyle, what up, buddy?
Kyle, how you doing? It's Johnny Webb in London.
How you doing, Johnny Webb?
Yeah, good. Yeah, look, I've seen UFOs myself. I've never seen an alien, but I've seen UFOs.
Me too.
I've filmed a few.
Really?
As I say, I did initially put them up on Third Phase of the Moon when it first started up. I was one of the first guys to Skype them. And I uploaded a video that I filmed when I was in Germany. It was a photograph of a UFO above a church. And I put it up there because literally I was scanning through the YouTube and saw these videos. And there was one that was very similar to the one I'd filmed, and it was a guy in Australia. So I emailed Blake Cousins, and he Skyped me, and I had this conversation with him. And so I showed him my material. He looked at it, and he said, "Can I use it?" I said, "Yeah." He made a quick interview with me, and then his brother he then edited it, cut out all my stuttering and all that, and put it on YouTube, and then it went from there. And then Dr. J, who was just working with them, he's independent, himself, but he was working with them, and he asked me, could he interview me as well for a book? And he called me up on Skype and then said, look, with the knowledge base that you know about UFOs and your experience, would you like to help me out with the show? So I ended up going on Revolution Radio and doing a show with Dr. J. And then from that, Dr. J got picked up by Art Bell, who said, look, I want you to be our producer. You know, so many contacts. Would you do that for us? And so he done that show as well. But he said, I want to come on board and keep our own show. So we went on Midnight in the Desert just before Art Bell. So we did our show, and that got us a lot of hits, obviously, because Art Bell was coming on, and that just really bigged our show up. And so we did that for about a year. And then the guy that run it, Keith, he decided to let a load of shows go. And so most of the shows went. And so we just all followed suit and left and did our own show. So for the last 2.5 years, we've done Dr. J Radio Live that runs off YouTube. And we get to speak to the horse's mouth. For me, I don't get no money out of it. It's only, I do all the editing for the show, and after edits and stuff to clear it all up. But I don't get no money from it. All I get is the opportunity to talk to the horse's mouth. So I get to speak to quite a few famous people, and I really put it to them, put their feet to the fire and ask them questions. The link that I sent you earlier was a link for an interview I did with Linda Moulton Howe regarding human mutilation, and her explanation was it was Agent Orange. And so a few times she's been on our show, and the last time I put it to her again, with a new alien mutilation that had come about a couple of years ago, but it just recently came to light through Richard D. Hall, famous British ufologist. He made a video of it, and so I put this video to her, and she still said it's Agent Orange. So I'm a bit out on the loop with her regarding, her openness, because I think she's trying to shield herself. Earthfiles.com, her channel. She's probably just trying to shield. Off air, she'll tell you, look, there's a committee of 300 and they run the world, and they're colluding with aliens, they're colluding with reptilians. You talk to Miles Johnson from bases in the UK, he'll tell you they're colluding with reptilians. The Queen is a shape-shifting reptilian. George Bush is a reptilian. So you hear all these things, but unless you really sort of get deep into it and understand it from a much deeper level, understanding mind control, understanding human mutilations, and then obviously, splicing the gene and mixing our DNA, these things all make sense. If you're new to it, it goes over your head.
Let me cut you off for a minute, all right? So when you get to a point like that, when you're saying that stuff, what evidence do you have?
What, regarding human mutilation?
No, that George Bush is a reptilian.
Well, no, that comes from initially it was David Icke for me about 20 years ago. He made that statement. And then about 10 years later, you had a woman called something Wilder, and then a second lady who was another woman who made this book, Transformation, which was about MK Ultra and being deprogrammed. And so this woman made this video about being an MK Ultra, about having multiple personalities, splintered personalities, and that in those personalities, she as a CIA agent was assigned different positions, working right close by George Bush, the dad. And she said that in one of those split personalities that she had, he was there in a room with her, and he deformed and shapeshifted into a full-blown reptilian.
Okay, that sounds like total bullshit to me.
Well,
it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Transformation Vamp, I think it's called.
What do you guys think about all those reptilian videos? You know, with the holographic breakdown, and you see like a newscaster, and their face starts melting and shit like that with the zebra.
Yeah, that is a product of resolution. Yeah, of resolution in the TV. All right, so a higher resolution signal is being sent through the cable, and the TV is trying to cope for it. And so it will skip it because it's just like when a computer starts to freeze. It's the same thing that's happening on the television, and it's doing it through a stream that's happening at that very moment. So when it happens, its stuff will start to freeze and look all. It's a thing that has to do with definition and resolution of a television, not anything to do with them being aliens, because it's happened on videos that I've been on, and I'm not a fucking reptilian, and it happens to people, you guys. And you're not reptilians. It just, you know.
Their argument, though, is that the anomalies happen only on the, like, you'll see a guy and it happens on his head and then he scratches it. And the argument is that he's conscious of that couple of those where where it's like, they're like, oh, it's no question that he's, whatever, he's fucking, what's the word they use? He's, like, he's losing his shit. You know, there's that one guy, he's like, he just makes all day, just streams videos, like, oh, look at him, he's melting. There is a really nose, and he's sending a mind messages.
There is a really good video of people shapeshifting, especially the stars. There's a good Miley Cyrus one, along with like a lot of these other famous people. And no,
there's not. All right. See, that shit you're going way too fucking far with it, man. This is the exact this is the exact problem that we have in ufology, is saying shit like this. And I'll tell you like it is, and I don't give two fucks about it, man. All right. This is how it goes. All right. That shit is ridiculous. It's fucking bullshit. It destroys our community when you bring up shit like that. The evidence proves what it is. It's not a reptilian shape-shifting. It's a part of digital fucking television. All right.
It's a digital fragmentation.
No,
correct. Thank you, Sean.
Hear me out. I hear what you're saying. No, obviously, there's live feed and things like that. You get this sort of digital formation come over the screen, and eyes can look all digitized and things like that. So I understand where you're coming from with that. But we're talking about high quality HD video of zoomed in, and you can see clearly that this is, it's live feed. No matter what channel you get it off, it's the same feed. It's the same stuff being shown, and it's not digitized. It's not scrambled or some sort of format. This is real. Now, I'll show you the video. Let me give you a link to the video, yeah? But this is, look, I understand where you're coming from, and I know there's a lot of bullshit.
I don't think you do.
Stop that shit, and that is what fucking people do, in this day and age. They troll, and they fucking go out and make loads of bullshit videos to discredit a video. There's that movie, what's it called? Wag the Town. If you've ever seen that movie, it's about how they fuck things up to make things not real.
Yeah.
Roddy Piper.
Oh, dude, that movie, They Lived. Hey, look at UFO Bro. Yeah, that's right. UFO Bro, he knows what's up, baby.
Anybody else ever see any UFOs?
Fuck, dude, I've seen so many fucking UFOs, man. I'm actually getting ready to put out another video about another one of my incredible sightings that happened. I've never seen an alien or anything.
Cool animations.
No, okay, you'll kind of, you know, a little bit, some animations in there, just kind of like what I did last time for the UFO made my thoughts echo. Kind of like the same thing there, you know, just to give you guys like an idea of like, because like I want to make sure you guys can see it where it happened, where like this is where I saw, this is what the fuck happened, you know. I think that works good for everybody because it's like I remember it detail for detail. So that's what
do you have
I got another one
any
coming out, yeah.
videos that you filmed yourself? Like, did you have any of your
Yeah.
UFO videos?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. In fact, I got one video up that's, it kind of sucks because I started wearing a night vision watch as a spy watch, all right? And it had night vision on it. And I wore that because I was seeing UFOs all the time. So I'm like, I have to have like a camera with me all the time and be ready for it, you know? And it just so happened I was fucking UFOs would come out. There was 2 UFOs. And then one of them blinked out. It disappeared. And I'm hitting him with a laser. And then all of a sudden, I was like hitting one UFO with the laser. And then I moved the laser off to the side. And it hit the invisible UFO. And you can see the fucking laser stop in like dead air and like light up. Like it's fucking weird. Like you see it passing, just shooting off into the distance. And then it just stops on nothing. It's actually a pretty cool video here. You know, I'll find it for you guys, man. Yeah, I got it. I already got it posted, man. I posted it a while ago.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'll show it to you guys. Here, let me see. Oh yeah, dude, it's pretty fucking sick, dude. Here, let me find it real quick.
While he's looking
Yeah,
for that,
I got a couple of different ones too. I got different ones on I got. Oh, and you know what else, dude? I literally just got the tapes for my from some other UFO videos that were actually fucking really good too. And I had lost I didn't have the camera. It was like a Sony Handycam, and I got the same kind of camera, and so I'm able to play the tapes again. So soon I'm going to transfer the tapes to a DVD and then be able to put them online. And that's going to be fucking awesome, dude. Because I haven't seen those tapes forever. You know what else is awesome? Is there was a fucking, on that same tape with all these UFO sightings, all of a sudden, there's this fucking porno that me and my girl made. I was like, what? It was funny as hell, dude. Like, she was like dressed up like a doctor and she was like fixing my erectile dysfunction and shit. I was like, what? I barely remember doing it, dude. But I was like, oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Well, not to change the subject, got to show this to you real quick while I got a camera out. You ready?
Hang on, I gotta go back to you real quick because I can't see you. Okay, go ahead.
I don't know if you can see it. All right, you ready?
Yeah, let me see.
This is, right? The camera a little bit down. I got four things. To
But
show you real
while he's doing that, bro, what's your fella's weather over there? It's fucking hot, eh?
quick. Look at this. Fine. Right?
Oh yeah.
And,
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
so,
Anima.
on vinyl.
Oh, those are sick as hell, dude.
This one right here,
Nice.
cool.
Fuck
on
yeah, dude.
vinyl, it's like worth like $600. This is
Oh, that's
crazy.
fucking sick, dude.
What's that?
It's a Tool record, man. Like
Vinyl.
he had like a fucking on record on vinyl, man. That's sick.
Record.
Here, let me find this video for you guys real quick.
Look it up on eBay, man. It's a tough one. This is the white whale right here.
The white whale, baby.
It is. It's.
All right.
It took me 10 years to find this.
I got it. All right, hang on. Here we go. 1 second. Let's see.
UFO, did you ever see anything? Anybody else ever see aliens or UFOs?
I put a couple of links on the right-hand side of the Google chat.
I saw one about 15 years ago at treetop level.
Where at?
Raynham, Massachusetts.
What did it look like?
Fourth of kind story. Real.
It came in from the right, and then it turned on a dime. Couldn't really make it out, but it was like blue on one side, like up and down, like this, and then red on this side, and it was just flashing like this, and it just turned on a dime and went right back the way that it came.
That's fucking wild.
Have
That's fucking crazy.
have no idea what the hell it was. I had a video camera in the back seat of my car. Totally forgot about it because I was so in shock. I wasn't expecting to see that. We were only there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I used to live in Butler, Pennsylvania, and I was sitting there with my girlfriend one night, and my dog started going fucking crazy, like snarling beast mode, ridgeback, everything, like growling at the door. So my girlfriend at the time like jumps up to go open the door just to look at him. Like, the dog's going nuts, don't open the door, he's gonna run out there. When she did that, she didn't absolutely like look, like she opened the door and didn't look to see if there's anything. She's looking at me like giving me attitude. I'm like, look at what's going on right there. And like, I jumped up, I was holding the dog because he was going nuts, and I threw him across the room. And like, when she looked, she jumped back, and I just slammed the door closed. And we saw this like little, like 5 foot tall guy. It looked like some crazy like drug addict crackhead, but it was like a naked person in underwear, and he just like jumped straight up in the air as I was slamming the door closed, and we both just looked at each other like, what the fuck did we just see?
That's
like,
fucking crazy, dude.
It was one of the scariest things I ever saw. It was
Holy
so scary.
shit.
Like, we had to like, where we like lose our minds, like we weren't doing drugs or anything, like, you know, we smoked a little bit of bud, but not like a whole lot, not like we were facing L's. Like, my dog was losing his mind, like drooling like a hyena. Like, never saw a dog do that before. It scared the fuck out of me.
Wow.
Oh, here, I found this video, you guys. Let me show you this, dude. Let me show that. I'm sharing the screen. All right. Oh, hang on. Let me put it back.
Any of the video.
Hey, dude, after you show the video, can I tell you what I've experienced?
Hang on. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Roger.
All right, here we go. So, let me mute this real quick. Okay, so now I'll narrate this motherfucker for you guys. Okay, so I was saying right here, look, it disappeared because there was 2 of them. There were 2 UFOs, but I started filming right when the other one disappeared. So now there's just 1 UFO, and it's hard to see. I know. Just wait a minute, it gets better. Now I'm holding a laser in my hand. And remember, this is a night vision watch, man. Okay, so now,
I see your laser.
yeah. So there you can see the UFO. Now there was 2 of them right next to each other, and I'm shooting a beam at them, and then all of a sudden, bam, right there. Did you guys see that? It hit the fucking invisible UFO right next to it. It's like right here. If you guys see my mouse, it's like right here. Watch.
Click back a little bit.
Yep, I'm going to. Check this out, and I'll put it on slow motion so you guys can see. Watch this. This is fucking awesome, man. I got it going. Now I'm like shooting the laser beam at the UFO, and in the spot where the second UFO was, which this is just pure sky. The laser should just go on forever. Right there. See it? That's where it fucking hit it, dude.
It was a lot closer. That was close.
You know?
That was like probably a couple hundred yards.
Yeah, no, this was a lot closer. I think it was probably like 100 feet away, dude. I mean, it's super fucking close.
I was going to say 100 feet, but
yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely, man. And
did you shit your pants? Because that's kind of scary.
No, I've had way closer encounters than that, man. You know, I thought that was fucking cool. Oh, here I'm showing that there. I'm doing it in slow motion, showing you guys. See where it hit? I forgot that I did that. Yeah, here I zoomed in on it.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
See, and the invisible UFO, that's the laser hitting it right there. I'm like, what the fuck?
Shield.
You know,
you hit the fucking
something. I'm like, what the fuck did I hit, dude? The laser should have just went on forever, but it didn't, man. Now these ones are kind of cool too, man. Watch what these guys do. Oh, bam! There he's going now. It lights up.
Yeah, right. I'll come in. Shit, man.
Now watch this. He's gonna start going, and then I'm gonna fucking hit him with the laser, and he's gonna fucking turn and go back the other way, dude. Now he's going back the other way. Isn't that cool? That's pretty sick.
Rewind. This other time where I'm living at now, I came home from work real late one night, and I saw this bright ass thing. I just thought it was a star, but I never saw something so bright in my life. So I went and got a hunting spotter scope, like a sniper spotting scope, and I looked at it and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was like two S's back to back that connected but spinning. I don't know if you guys watch cartoons or anything, but it looked like a boom tube from like DC Comics, like a portal that was like twisting and turning, kind of like a mind control thing. Like when they do that, like look into my spinning thing. It was kind of like that, but dude, it was up in the sky and it was crazy as fuck. It looked like
that's fucking nuts, dude.
A Piccolo special beam cannon coming right at you, but it was like two S's back to back, like this, like spinning. And
No shit,
white,
dude.
It was white and black, and I was like freaking the fuck out. I called my sister out. I was like, you have to come see this. Like, am I going crazy? I called my skeptic buddy out, and he was just like, that's some crazy shit. I don't even know what I'm looking at, and I don't even know.
Wow, dude, that's a cool sighting, man.
I used sky maps, and I couldn't figure out what it was, but it was near the Eagle constellation.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Does anyone think?
Hey, dude, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, copy.
Yeah, right.
Does anyone?
Yeah, mate. I just want to.
Representations of the Greys online.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Hang on one second. Hang on, you guys. Let me get out of here real quick. I'm gonna cut this off. All right, stop sharing. Go back. See, is she here? Okay, so stop sharing. All right. Who was trying to talk there?
No, I was just.
I don't know if I jumped in line.
If you know, like I can't seem to decide. Yeah, there's so many videos and pictures of the Greys online, including from all the way going back to the alien autopsy. And does anyone really believe which ones are legit? Because they seem to have different head sizes, different, you know, like. Are any of them legit? Has anyone seen a Grey, or are we just like?
I've never seen a Grey, man. I have no idea, dude.
I think what I saw was
I gotta say, like, okay, I believe Travis Walton. So
yeah, Travis Walton's story.
Yeah, I've interviewed him.
Right? You know, I believe him, so I think that you know, maybe it's possible because his story seems legitimate to me. And then also not only that, but then you get guys like Dr. J. Allen Hynek, you know, who put.
When I was a kid, that movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you know, those descriptions are, you know, seem very prevalent. So why would we have that description? I mean, you know, from people all around the world. So I mean,
this video,
we have a photo of one though.
No, I don't think so.
Photo or video of one? Can anyone legitimize me? Yep. That's one. Right
no,
No authority.
Hey, Carl, you see this video I'm sharing?
Like, oh yeah, that's one. But come on.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga with her flipping eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
Her false eyelid comes down.
That's not a false eyelid. Yeah, I don't think so.
But that's what it is. That's what they say.
No, that's what they say it is. Fucking Christ, dude. Yeah. All right, dude. It's the fucking signal is fragmenting. All right, that's all it is, man. Sorry, buddy. That's what it is, Johnny. All right.
That's my girlfriend.
Fuck, dude. So you saying my girl's cheating on me with you? Is that what you're saying? Huh?
So blatant. Watch this one from Britain. This is shocking. This one stood me out, you know.
No. We don't have to watch anymore because we're just gonna talk shit about it, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking. That's what it is, man. It's TV. It's fucking. It's a thing with high resolution, and you know, and a low resolution TV sending it, you know, receiving high resolution data. You know, that's all, man.
Digital fragment.
Yes, thank you. Oh man, who hasn't said anything on here? What's up, Scott? What are you doing, buddy?
All right.
How you doing? Can you hear us? I think his thing's
muted. Muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
Scott's muted.
Who's muted?
Nick's muted.
UFO,
bro. Did you ever see UFO?
Who we got? Matt. Matt, have you ever seen a UFO, buddy? I don't know if his shit's muted too.
Can I tell
What
you?
about you, UFO bro? Yeah,
Can I
UFO
tell
bro.
you
Go.
one story with what led me on to UFOs?
What's up?
Well, mate, I'll go back to when I was about maybe 7, 8 years old, right? One night I was at my mum's, at my auntie's. My mum and dad had separated, so I was living with my mum, and my mum and I were living at my auntie's one night. One night, man, I fucking had these encounters, dark shadows. I don't know what they were, but my auntie and my mum were witnesses to what I had viewed at the time. So, well, that led me on to other investigations. What are these dark shadows? And they all come back to UFOs. So I don't know what the story is, mate.
What did you see?
Just dark shadows, mate. Like,
aren't you
straight in front of you? You know how you see a shadow lying on the ground? Well, they weren't lying on the ground. They were straight in front of me.
Yeah, so you saw black
First
spheres.
of all, one of them was trying to wake me up. I was asleep next to Mum. One of them woke me up. My mum was next to me. I was 7 years old, right? I couldn't even wake her up, mate, at the time. It took me ages to wake her up. And by the time I woke her up, I was covered in sweat. And I was pointing out to all these shadows behind me after she turned the lights on. And this is black night to her turning the lights on, waking up my auntie, what's happening, you know, why am I crying? This all happened, mate, you know?
Yeah.
And I was living in New Zealand at the time, right? I originated from New Zealand, then my parents moved to Australia. And now that's where I reside now. And I've been told by originals from here that you've just stepped into the future. I don't know what that means, but I have seen orbs here ever since I've been living in Australia. I can't explain what I see. And I say, oh, that's another satellite. That's because I can't prove what I've seen, mate.
Well, I mean, like, you know, you can prove what you're seeing, you know, like, I mean, if you're seeing it, if you can film it, then it's there. You might not be able to prove what it is. Yeah. You know, but still I've seen tons of orbs, and I mean, you know, that's a very interesting, in fact, Jax, what do you got to say about that, man?
What, as far as orbs go?
No, about his shadow, about the black shadow people. What do you think?
I think it's real.
I think it's real too, except I don't know if it's, I mean, personally, I mean, we're getting totally off the subject of UFOs, but
yeah, no, I understand. That's why I asked you.
Same subject, so
quite honestly, I think you probably saw a ghost.
Right? That's what I'm thinking, something like that, you know?
Well, what's a ghost? What's a ghost?
A ghost is a pure energy from a human being that's left over from a human being after they pass. That's what your spirit is. It's nothing but pure energy.
I saw multiple. Like,
yes.
They all just,
Ground Zero.
Ground Zero? No, I never heard of it.
They can be attracted.
What up, Paul?
They can be attracted to anything in the house. They can be attracted to. They can have a connection to furniture, anything that's really old that maybe they could have owned that they're still attached to. They could be their bed, their bureau, their hope chest, anything like that. They can come back and say, it could be a family member that's just looking out for you, or another family member, or whatever the case may have you. They can also, just by coming in and just saying, hey, what's up? And they don't know how to exactly do that. So the only way to do that is if they touch you, or if they did. And
they did.
Half the time,
they did.
See, that they're just saying hello. That's it. I in my years of investigating spirit, I have never ever seen any malevolent spirit whatsoever. It's always been a family member or, you know, something to that effect. You know,
Yeah,
but that's,
yeah.
I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. I mean, I'm just giving you my professional opinion.
Well, thanks, bro. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See, yeah, I understand there's a thing called sleep
About the
paralysis.
shadow people.
Where people fall asleep and then they feel like there's old women, ghosts, or shadow beings at the bottom of their bed holding them down,
Yes.
sitting on their chest, things like that. You know, they feel paralyzed and can't move.
Succubus and incubus.
Yeah, similar to that.
Listen, there's a movie. It's a documentary called The Nightmare. I don't know if any of you guys have heard it. It's very, very scary because it goes between about 4 or 5 people, and they're all from different places. And this is actually common, and that's why I mentioned the Ground Zero thing, because they went and did a radio show and they talked about it too. But the shadow beings, a lot of people report the man in the black hat.
Yeah, there's a video called Shadow People.
It's really fucked
quite
up.
good.
I've personally had some really freaky experiences with the shadow beings. I never saw a guy in a black hat, but I get woken up almost every night around 3 o'clock with this fear. But watch this documentary. It's called The Nightmare, and it'll fuck you up about the shadow people. The more you think about it, they're drawn to you thinking about them. That's what's fucked up.
Yeah, Shadow People. That's a good one. I'll put a link in there.
I mean, perfectly honest with you, I mean, between 3 and 4 is the witching hour. That's when the spirit is most active.
Yep. Because it was during the hours of 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm not sure
Say
if
my
the shadow
mum
people are
said.
ghosts. I think they could be from another dimension.
Well, that could be. I mean, I'm starting to develop a theory myself and thinking that maybe there isn't just one section when we die and the spirit passes and goes to heaven. Maybe there really isn't a heaven. Maybe heaven is here on earth in another dimension. Maybe that's where we go. Another plane into the next, wherever that is, here on this earth. That's what I'm starting to come up with. That's what I'm starting to develop a theory of.
I don't mean to go
because
back
they're
to
always seem to be everywhere. Anytime that we've ever gone to any location whatsoever, we've always caught something. We've always have it on audio. We always catch it on video. You know, and it's just different stuff that comes out with, and you know, we have a YouTube channel, and we have our own website and everything, and all the evidence is posted on there.
UFO bro, did you ever hear of the rainbow serpent? You're down in
Yes, I have.
Australia area. Yeah, I was
Yes,
wondering
I
if
have.
that might be what you're experiencing, some of that.
Well, mate, that's not my background. Like I said, I was originally from New Zealand, raised here in Australia, but I'm well aware of the original's Dreamtime story about the Black Serpent.
Do you know Mary Rodwell from Australia? The guy, yeah, I don't know your name, mate. You know the guy in Australia. What's your name?
UFO Bro is his name.
Oh, UFO. Yeah, I interviewed a lady called Mary Rodwell. She's a famous investigator over there. She does hypnotic regressions and things like that. I wondered if we should get in touch with her.
Yeah,
You're the same guy that's having the experiences with the shadow people, yeah?
I'm not aware of anyone over here who's had experience with shadow people over here.
I have.
I've never delved into it.
Oh shit.
Well, if you wanted to do it yourself,
actually, often I have them quite often.
You're hard to hear, Rain.
Yeah, you got a few of you are very quiet.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can you hear me now? I don't want to blow up. I don't want to, like, you know,
much better.
Be too loud. And is that better?
Much better. Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I actually have them lately because I haven't been thinking about them, but I get woken up pretty much on the dot around 3 o'clock with this feeling, and I see the moving in the corner of my eye, and I know it sounds ridiculous because it's not something I really talk about. You guys are probably the first to talk to about it. Sometimes during the day I just get maybe I just what's what I ate. Dude, I get up
Yeah.
all the time at 3 o'clock in the morning, and especially after seeing that movie. But before I saw the movie, yes, I had those experiences. But yes, I do feel like the shadow, this fucking thing's moving around in my room, and it's this fear that the only way I can make it go away. You think this is stupid? I go to Spotify and I put on music, like instrumental music that I can go to sleep to. That's like positive, and then I can go back to sleep and feel good. But the silence, it just makes the fear worse, and then it's just, I can't explain it, and it's fucked up.
Okay, you're doing just fine explaining it. First of all, people always say when we go to locations, the client always says, you're going to think I'm crazy, but, and if correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but doesn't that the same thing with UFOs?
Fuck yeah.
You may
dude,
think
shit.
I'm crazy, but,
You know.
okay, you're not crazy first off, okay? And you want to get rid of it, all you got to do is sit there and say, go away, you're not welcome here. I don't want you here. This is my house. You need to leave. Plain and simple.
I pray. I say a prayer, which is way outside. I'm not a big prayer guy, but yeah, this thing has made me pray more often than I used to.
You pray to God, it will go away instantly.
Well, I know, what's his name?
That's what I do.
Fuck it. He's a guy, he's the MUFON guy down in Florida. Joe Jordan, his name is. He does a few UFO documentaries. You can see him on YouTube about people that were abducted, are abducted experiences, but have overcome it by calling the name of Jesus. I know it sounds corny, but calling Jesus out is a sort of overpowering ability that lets people drop. You know, people have been floating because they're experiences that have gone through windows, gone through ceilings, floors, and they've said as they're floating up off their bed, they've called out Jesus and they're frozen. Called out Jesus 3 times, they've fallen back down on the bed. Now, Joe Jordan, MUFON guy, you just type that in on YouTube. He'll show you 17 to 18 different experiences that have all vouched in using that Jesus to, you know, as a tool to overcome. You know.
Shit, if it works, man, do it. I mean, I have no problem with Jesus. I about religious people. It's them, but like, I respect the man himself.
My understanding is as demons, beings, aliens, whatever, you know, I still think they're demonic entities, okay? But the power of the name Jesus is a powerful overcoming name in a sense that as a demonic understanding, they know language, they know, you know, certain languages, that certain words are hierarchical, you know, you're a hierarchy, and they're overpowering of some of their own words. So I believe that when people are calling that Jesus name in their experience, that somehow that counteracts whatever power is holding on to them. Rather than say, you know, they're putting all their faith and hope in Jesus and in the Lord or whatever sort of Christian-based faith. I mean, these words are powerful words, you know, like for instance, you know, Yahweh is a Jewish, you know, they can't use that word, it's so powerful, you know. But these are just experiences saying from their own understandings that, you know, after being abducted all their life, finding out about Jesus, finding out about their own inner spiritual truth, you know what I mean, their soul, you know, because that's what's really being taken is their soul. There's a war on for their soul, for our souls, you know. We talk about good and evil and demons and light and dark and light forces. They're still out for our soul, you know. And so it's our simple choices, whether we go with them, whether we flow with them, or whether we say no and take back our right, you know. Even if we're not even comprehensive that we have these rights to take back our understanding, you know. People that have been abducted never even realized there was they had a soul in a lot of cases that you You know, they wasn't aware of this like battle between good and evil, between forces. They just knew it was happening to them and they couldn't explain it. And so they've always tried to be reasonable and logical and think of science and all these things. But supernatural and physical are two very, very different things, even though the physical is being possessed by supernatural experiences, you know? So, let
me say something. Not to argue the point, but good and evil are a point of view. Okay, so to say that it exists, neither one of them exist. They are a point of view. That's it. Evil and good are not real. They're not true. It's okay, to the serial killer, he's not doing anything wrong, you know? Okay, so if from his point of view, it's all a point of view. And so like you might say that what these guys like, it's all subjective, very subjective. It's just so, I mean, to say that there's like a battle for the good of man's souls. No, there is no good and bad. It's what we might think what they're doing is bad. We might think it's good, but to them, it doesn't matter. Like they could be whatever. So to say that it's all a point of view. If they just assume we're doing bad or just assume we're doing good, well, then that's what we're doing, you know? So
that's true, right?
Yeah.
But I still want a force rather than a light force, because if it was of the light, it would be in broad daylight. It wouldn't be being kidnapped, being, you know, taken away. I always think that a lot of people that are abducted, they would talk about being probed, children being probed. You know, if it was of the light, if that was of the Lord, he talks about the looking after the children. You know,
yeah, but if we go and we take an animal and we are testing its blood and stuff like that, and we're doing it to save people, is that bad? No, we look at it as good. So what's the difference if an alien's coming here doing that to us and it just looks at us as an animal?
The pedestal. The pedestal. We shouldn't really put aliens on a pedestal. Right? That's an illusion. That's the delusion. You know, that's the disinformation.
Yeah,
you guys are all fucking crazy. That's all it is. Just kidding.
Right, when you harvest carrots, you're just you're just getting carrots, but to them, it's the Holocaust. You know what I mean?
Right. See, there you go. Exactly. Right. Shit, man.
Well, you know, I'm obviously there are a few Jews on the channel. I can hear, you know what I mean. And the reason I say that is that, you know, the Jewish faith says that we have to build a Temple Mount. Okay, we have to put the new Solomon's temple back, and then wait for the God to appear, for the true Messiah. Now, that Messiah is not going to be of this earth. He's going to be an alien, right?
Technically, he would be, all right.
And so my understanding is if you go back to the Talmud and you do these research, this alien will be Lucifer. It's a Luciferian-based alien. So,
well, faith and all those kinds of things are just things that man made up.
Come on, but I'm saying...
I know, hey, you guys, you know I'm having so much fun, right? I just think it's fun. I'm sorry, you guys. Just so everyone knows.
We gotta do this more often.
We're our own Lucifer, mate. We're our own God. We're our own Lucifer.
Right, 100%, dude. UFO bro knows what's up, man. You know.
I think while we're on the earth, you know, I mean, we've got to distinguish what is good and bad about us as an individual, you know, and you know, we've got to come to an understanding that we're possible of good and evil, and so there is this real terminology, good and evil. I hope that when I learn, you know, from my mistakes, that I learn to be a good person. But I realize that there's temptations and all these other things that are still evil, but even they're called temptations. Although temptation could be, you know, I'm going to have an extra chocolate, or it can mean, you know, I'm going to go and fucking murder someone. There's all these different temptations, but they are, you know, at the core of them, you know, an evil intent, evil instruction. But we have the ability to choose whether we're going to be that or not. And I believe that while we're feeling and talking about UFOs, we are dicing with the devil. We are involving it, bringing it into our hearts, into our minds, you know.
No.
Well, no, it's true. It's true.
No, man. Because
you're a ghost now. Most people don't see ghosts, but a ghost hunter will go out and find ghosts. You know, so you pull it towards you. You're like a magnet towards information. And the more that we research stuff, the more it comes to us.
No, man. Okay. All right. Like it's just you gotta understand.
Trust your own intuition to filter out what's evil or. You gotta, you should know what's being natural, being inquisitive, and being to question things is what we're here for. It's a good thing. It's why God to think about things.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was fun for a little while, dude. I'm like, it's kind of funny, dude. So I mean, I let it go on too long. Forgive me, all right? I was just, I'm high, man. Sometimes I just like to fuck with you guys, But I mean, so I'm sorry. I know, dude. I'm fucking sorry, you guys. I thought it would be a funny.
Fucking been waiting for you to say.
I know it took me too long. I know. I was just waiting. I'm like, all right, okay. Now I can't do it anymore, But I'm sorry. I just thought it was so funny just to listen to this guy. At first, I wanted to get rid of him. And I'm like. Oh, and like, you know what, dude? I just want to hear what fucking bullshit he's gonna say. Just like, let him go. Just let him fucking just go off. I'm like, and then it was too much, man. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay. It became a little much.
It was fun.
No problem. But I got a question though for someone. I don't care who
awkward silence.
Yeah. What's up?
No, because I am more comfortable in the dark. Does that make me an evil person? According to him,
obviously.
Oh.
Obviously, exactly. That makes you fucking evil, dude. Of course, why not?
I feel it's like in the darkness, I see the light. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but that doesn't make me an evil person.
Fuck, dude.
Out of here.
What the fuck was that, dude? I was like, oh man, I was just having a good time with you guys, man. Yeah, fuck. I'm sorry, man.
If it weren't for disturbing, creepy, fucked up music and art, I would have never been drawn to the things that I am. I've always been drawn to.
Right. Fuck, dude.
Shit, and I don't
Let's just listen to the way I talk and shit, dude. The songs I write and shit. My shit's fucking crazy as all hell, man. And I'm fucking
roundhouse.
Yeah, I'm fucking roundhouse, motherfucker. But hey, man, I'm a good guy. I know I am. I talk shit, and I make fun of shit. But I know I'm a good guy, Like I know the difference, and I'm into all kinds of crazy shit at night, hunting UFOs and fucking whatnot. But I know I'm a good person. So to say, like, oh yeah, well, you're, like even just being involved with UFOs, going out and hunting that they bring the demons or whatever the fuck he was saying. It's like. What fucking demon? What are you talking about, dude? It's like, George Bush is a reptile, man. What do you want, dude? He's a fucking reptile, man. Yeah.
That guy? Did you actually do that? Did you just boot?
Fuck yeah, I booted him, dude. Fuck, if I could, I would have roundhouse his ass. What is he talking about, man? What
the fuck don't you reckon religious people are in the same wavelength as him?
What's up?
Yeah. Do you reckon religious people are in the same wavelength as him?
Oh, dude, they're like 100%.
Yeah.
On the same
I'm anti-religion.
It's like fuck, dude. That's the problem, man. When you're like getting to that religious side of it, I mean, like we could make UFOs a religious side to us, but we don't, So I mean, some of it's really close, like me, But it's like we don't do that, so it's like, why do they got to go there? This is fuck, dude.
I didn't disagree with everything he was saying, but not
about
everything was
evil into your heart. I was.
Yeah, like there's a difference between knowing the truth and knowing your truth. Okay, there's a huge difference, and it's fine to understand your truth. You'll eventually always understand what your truth is, but to find the truth, whether you like the answer or not, truth.
Yeah.
Whether to find that, and that's the real deal. That's the real deal. You know?
Still got to accept
it might not be pretty. Yeah, it might just be a kid playing with a fucking drone that I've seen a bunch of times and shit. Okay, for all I know, and the answer might suck, but I want the fucking answer. You know, whatever it is.
That's why we're on your channel, dude, and we
That's
love
fucking
you.
right, man. You know, that's how we do it, dude. Fuck, man. It's fucking ridiculous, dude.
I think the black orb you saw was extra dimensional.
It could have been. I'm telling you, dude. I saw it
Came
come
through a
out
portal.
of fucking nothing.
Came out of a portal.
Zero, dude. Like fucking, like if you were looking at if it looked like it came through a slice of wall. You have to understand something. Like if there was just like an invisible wall, this fucking thing was just like.
You saw a portal
like,
on its angle.
There was nothing around it. No, there was no portal. It came out of. It was fucking perfect, fucking right out of nothing, like a sheet of fucking paper, dude. Like
didn't come in from the side.
No, not that, and it's not like it was a sheet of paper. Like it was like it came through. Like it came through. Like I could only see that much appear. Like it was passing through a wall, so you could see. That's how you could see it appear. You know. So I don't know. It could have just been invisible, whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's what I seen, man. Like I seen it.
Like it came behind from a sky-colored wall.
Yes, like it came from behind a sky-colored wall, like perfect fucking like it just
pierced the
I was
veil.
like, holy fuck, dude. It was the most amazing thing I had ever seen in my entire life. I had never seen anything so fantastically close and in your face and real. I could have touched it, man. I could just fucking feel its presence, dude. Dude, I was seriously, man. If I would have stood up, I would have touched it. I could have touched it, man.
Wow. Were you too scared?
Dude.
Brother, same thing.
I was so
man.
amazed, man. I was amazed when it
I still remember the day today.
What?
Right?
What?
When I remember things like that back in my past, I remember it as when I was 7, like I am today.
Right. Like it just fucking happened, man.
Bro. I'm 44 now, so
you know. You see, you never forget it, dude. You know, you never forget it, man.
Man.
Yep.
Hey,
no, when I
what
saw
are you going
that
to,
animal
dude?
person, that was scary as fuck. I'll never forget that. That was so
Fuck
fucking
no,
scary.
dude. You know, when shit like that happens, you're like, what the fuck did I just see? What was I looking at, man? You know, this shit's fucking crazy. We got fucking Tool Island, dude.
My mom was my witness at the time.
That's fucking cool, dude. That's
When
Tool
you see an
Island.
animal go fucking vicious mode like that, I never saw an animal do that since.
Oh, you think you're the
That's
shit, huh,
scary.
Rain? That's fucking bad, dude. Shit. Dude, those albums
And
are
after
fucking
that-
sick, dude.
After that shit, bro, I started seeing orbs as soon as we come to Australia. Remember seeing orbs in New Zealand when I was a kid? Seeing orbs when I come to Australia, mate. I can't explain that.
They might be a
No,
Australia is fucking full of UFOs, dude. That place is like nutty for UFOs, man.
Yeah, there's
Tell me about it.
You know,
They might be attracted to you specifically. Same with you, Kyle. You might have the genetic type that they are attracted to. They might be trying to communicate with you.
Yeah, no, they are probably doing
Probably,
that.
yeah, mate. That's why we're connected. That's why we're all connected.
You know?
We don't know.
Hey, man. You don't know, you know?
There was
For such an advanced civilization, they're pretty fucking sucky at communicating.
Hey,
Yeah, and if they picked us, you know, they're really shitty at fucking picking specimens out too, dude.
fuck it.
Then again,
I'm like the worst choice. I'm just saying, I'm the worst fucking choice for them. They're like, yeah, well, let's get us some test subjects. Fucking you picked, like, I'm like the dirty rat pigeon over in the corner, dude. Like, fucking, why the fuck are you picking me, dude? You know?
because you're not
know what?
you're not a skeptic. You wouldn't brush it off like it's nothing. You want to
No, dude.
experience that stuff.
I am a total skeptic. See, that's the problem. And I was a skeptic before I fucking had my encounters, man. I was 100% skeptic. Half my fucking channel is debunking, dude. I'm a huge
no,
skeptic,
I mean,
dude.
Me too.
You're open to it being a possibility, not that it totally is fake.
Yes,
especially
I
since
know
you
it's real
experienced it.
now. Fuck. It's
Yeah.
not just a possibility; it's 100% real. So that makes that opens the door for other possibilities. But that's where you have to hold yourself back so you don't fucking step over the deep end, you know, and say, okay, what's like? I got evidence and I've had personal experience with the UFO. I know it's real. But anything else, unless I have the same thing, I still have that whole amount of skepticism towards everything, because that's just how I always was. But with UFOs, the only reason I'm switched is because I know it's real now. I'm like, oh, fucking, it's true. Holy shit, the shit they've been saying, it's true. I mean, like, this whole time,
but at the same time, any real true investigator investigating into anything paranormal whatsoever, you have to have a certain type of certain amount of skepticism inside of you at all times, so you can debunk some stuff. Right. Otherwise, there's no reason for you to be investigating. Period.
You know,
just throw something out real interesting. If I knew how to put up a link, I would. Or I'll put it on your like one of your next videos, Kyle, or something. This guy's name is Damon T. Berry. Right?
Post it on my website.
He's got a series of videos called "The Secret Knowledge." If you heard it,
we don't know what we're investigating, do we? So how can we not investigate?
You know what I'm talking about when he talks about how every time UFOs show up and they make the three, it's their way of saying.
Rain, you got to talk slower.
I know what I'm. When UFOs show, a lot of times you see they show up in 3 or 4 in clusters.
Yeah.
That they're making constellation signs, that they are communicating with us, like but it's of the Stologen that know this shit will be able to understand. Like the average retard, they're not just going to come out and say, you know, hello or whatever. It's in a higher level. And so if you know the history of Orion, and Orion's belt, every time when they show up and they do that, and he shows in multiple videos, they line up exactly like the constellation of Orion's belt, and that's the first thing they do, and that's their way of saying hello. After that, there's other shit. Now, will admit I am a retard, so I can't really decode. I don't know like constellations, but if I put the link out there, and maybe some of you could check out this shit. Damon T. Berry. If you it's Damon T. Berry, and I'll post a link. It's it's the knowledge of forever time, and it's like a 5-part series. The big video was called Contact 2014, when he was saying everyone's worrying about contact in 2012. He's like it already happened. He's saying contact already happened, and he shows all these UFO videos. He shows them lining up, and then he lines constellations up with them. And he's like, and nobody even saw this. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's
kind of like Close Encounters of the Third or Fourth Kind. It's kind of like the real life story of that. Like
right.
Instead of using like sounds and lights, they use shapes.
Dude,
yes.
A Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like the original with Steven Spielberg, was fucking was so like amazingly accurate to what happens to an experiencer like myself, was because it started happening to me. It wasn't until after it happened to me that I even fucking watched that movie. And when I saw it, I was like, holy fuck, dude. And then to find out that J. Allen Hynek helped Steven Spielberg actually like write the movie out for like the actual shit that happens with UFO encounters. And it's like, it's so true.
Project Serpo.
Dude, now I don't know about the going with the aliens and the fucking and all that shit. Okay. But what happens to him, even in the movie, there's a deleted scene, man. If you get the special edition, there's a deleted scene where he builds a UFO hunting platform on his roof. I had already built my UFO hunting platform on the roof before I'd seen the movie. I saw the movie and I already had mine built, dude. And I saw the movie, I'm like, holy fuck, that's fucking crazy, dude. And like he, even in the movie, he was like building a little potato fucking thing of the Devil's Tower, you know, and seeing the Devil's Tower and like being drawn to places, and I was being drawn to places, and it was so amazing how accurate the movie was to what happens to a real experiencer. That I mean, it was shocking, dude. And once I researched it, or I realized that J. Allen Hynek helped him write it, then I'm like, fuck, it all makes sense, man. And no wonders J. Allen Hynek came out and said that. You know, at first he was a skeptic. He's the guy who said, "Oh, it's a fucking swamp gas," and then at the end he was like, they're fucking real. You know, like fucking 20 years later, he's like, yep, they're real. It's 100%, dude.
Yep.
Well,
They're
yeah,
using
they
those
are,
movies
man.
to make people think that it's not real because you know, you watch too many movies. Well, little do they know the people that help make these movies are actual abductees and witnesses to these things, like Hynek.
Oh yeah, you know, he's
My
heard the
question
story.
is,
Yeah.
why doesn't society respect that we're not the only race in this whole universe or multiverse?
Because they're brainwashed.
Why can't I understand that?
You know.
They're brainwashed
All
and
right.
stupid.
My girlfriend should be turning on the live right now because she's texting me. She's stuck in her car. Shit's frozen. Like it's cold as fuck out here, and she got ice rain and everything. And I was like, oh man, I'm fucking live right now. And she's like, all right. I was like, come and watch. So she's turning it on, so you guys can all say hi to Sasha.
What up? Hi, Sasha.
I wonder if she
'cause
saw you guys make her laugh.
The originals here in Australia know that they come from Pleiades. So why is that?
And it's funny, you know who else? What was it, Joseph Smith or whatever from the, with Brigham Young or whatever, or Hiram Bingham.
I'm talking about Mormons.
The
Mormons.
The Mormons, correct? Yes. They who was it? Oh God, I can't think of his name.
Johnny Webb was
an angel. An angel came from a planet that was in the Pleiades star system who spoke to Joseph Smith or whatever, and that's like part of the Mormon religion, you know. Oh God, what was his fucking name?
It starts with an M.
Yeah, it does, dude. Oh God, it's gonna drive me. Oh, I can't think of his fucking name.
Apparently, they're the Native Americans before the Native Americans, and they killed each other, and that's why the Native Americans are red-skinned, because they're cursed and covered in blood from their enemies, who were their brothers.
No, I said the Native Americans were the first Israelites.
Well, not all of them, some of them.
Yeah, exactly. There's some of them. Yeah, you know. I mean, that was the big point, though.
I'm talking about the Book of Mormon.
Know about the Aboriginal bones of in South America?
They found Aboriginal bones in South America. I believe it.
Yeah, South America believe it. And the Aboriginals were all over. South America was like a hub for all
Stephen
cultures.
Greer's tiny little body. Yeah.
You want to know what's interesting about that? Okay, so that tiny little body he found, which is pretty amazing that it's a small little human, whatever it is, all right? It's pretty amazing. What's really cool is there was another one found like that, okay? Another little dude about this tall.
Yes.
And he was found in the Atacama Desert, the same as the other one. So it's like what's funny is it's like they were both found in the same fucking place. Was there a race of little people? Wouldn't that be fucking amazing, dude? If there was a race of little tiny people, like just like little dudes, like I would keep them and shit, dude. It turns out we are the giants.
I don't know what the conclusion was. I know it had an odd number of ribs, though.
Say it.
But in addition to that, there have been graves found of giants over 10 feet tall, over 12 feet tall.
Yeah,
too.
yes. I mean, they find all kinds of crazy. You know, why not?
Even
if we had giants.
Yep.
And I mean, how come there are no dead bodies? That's because every damn dog goes and digs them up and eats them. They're not surviving, you guys. So that's why we don't find any evidence of these little people.
Takes them.
I'm telling you, man. There's little tiny people running around at one time. They were like this fucking big, dude.
No, even forensic scientists say that with bodies, even like deer or something, or a bear out in the wilderness. The reason why you don't find any evidence of their bones, is because the animals take the bones away.
Yeah, correct,
exactly.
dude. So
exactly, and normal erosion. Exactly. Yeah.
It's gone.
Awesome, dude.
You know, so it's like there's other stuff out there. I mean, now, Kyle, I know that you don't believe in Bigfoot, but if there was a Bigfoot, you know, it's people say, well, how come we don't find any evidence of their body? Why isn't there a body out in the middle of, the Washington forest or something?
Yeah.
You know, because
they
you don't
ate
find
the
them. They just, Exactly.
Well, they're gonna be saying, let's go look for a T-Rex. You got 1,000,001 chance of finding one.
Yeah, right? There's only 9 of them found. They only found 9 fucking dinosaurs or 9 T-Rexes. You know, that's it.
Yep.
And they
There's
only
a
found
lot of,
dinosaurs when they started looking
debate
for
about the
dinosaurs.
a lot.
You know, because it was all a big like publicity deal back in the day.
Yes.
Nobody found dinosaurs before they were looking for dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, they found dinosaurs all right. They found awesome, incredible species. We had been finding dinosaurs for a long time and just not knowing what they were. And we have, yeah, absolutely, dude. They're fucking just like tribes in Siberia and places that carried around tusks of woolly mammoth and shit like that. I mean, like that was, you know, we've been collecting them for a long time. We just never knew what the fuck they were, you know. And it wasn't until one of the some guys like, oh, hey, I think this is the jawbone of a giant lizard, you know. We might have only been finding fucking pieces, or like a skull or something like that, you know. And then we're like, let's look for the whole body. When you put 2 and 2 together, that there's going to be more of this, you know. As I mean, fucking.
I gotta say, keep an open mind, because I learned a lot about dinosaurs. There was 2 main scientists. I forgot their names. It's irrelevant. They even talked about it on the Joe Rogan show, whatever. But they were competing with each other, and it's been known boxing each other to try to be the top guy in the dinosaur thing. So they say a lot of dinosaurs were actually by.
That's true. I heard that too.
Yep.
You kind of you have to keep a grain of salt in there, you know.
Yeah. Oh no, totally, man.
Question
might not even
everything.
question authority.
Oh my god! So what are those fossil bones made of then?
The only reason there's fossils even left is because they died in cataclysm or tidal waves or stuff like that. Like that's why we find dinosaur bones as opposed to animal bones.
Oh, did
Modern
anybody
animal
see
bones.
Anybody see that There Are No Forests video about talking about how Devil's Tower is actually a tree stump? Did any of you guys see
That's
that video?
the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard in my life.
Crazy. That's
that shit is so fucking stupid. I never seen something so fucking ridiculously dumb. And when I watched that shit, I was like, are you
Petrified
fucking
wood.
Dude, I was like, dude,
I watched the
I've
whole
never heard it, but I live next to a forest.
I gotta watch. You know, when I watch some, I gotta watch it to the end, and I did. I mean, there's some interesting shit in there, man.
Dude,
those trees were made of stone. I mean, I don't understand how things get petrified. We don't really understand how things get.
No. We know exactly how they get petrified. Actually, hey, what up, Mark? I could have had you earlier, dude. We needed you. You fuck.
How things get petrified. We don't really understand how things get.
No. We know exactly how they get petrified. Actually, hey, what up, Mark? I could have had you earlier, dude. We needed you. You fuck. I'm like on a huge delay, dude. Like I can hear you guys like a minute later.
Yeah, Rain, your thing is your signal's real hard to hear. You have to talk slower.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's just like delayed and stutters. So talk slower.
Should I like leave and then come back and help? Sorry.
In other words,
that.
are you
maybe?
All right, I'm gonna try to do that.
Like delayed and stutters.
Should I like leave and then come back and help? Sorry.
In other words,
If it helps, you can see, man.
All right, I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
sounds like my fucking dog, dude.
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
No,
Hey,
you're all good, dude. As soon as my girl pulls up, my other dog's gonna fucking split. She's gonna lose her fucking mind, man. Watch.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back.
Hey, back.
Oh, no.
What up, buddy?
You see me?
What up, Captain Spaulding?
Yeah, we can see you, buddy. How you doing, Mark? You doing good?
He's muted.
That's because it's fucking like 4 in the morning where he is right now, man.
I think it's
What time is it there,
I don't know
Mark?
what time.
Actually, I think it's later than that.
That's because it's fucking like 4 in the morning where he is right now. Holy shit, I'm like a minute behind.
You guys are keeping the
Yeah,
shadow.
it's 2 where I'm at.
Okay, nobody talk at once.
Oh,
So-
I was waiting for you fucking assholes to start talking, dude. That was what you guys were gonna do. What the fuck? I said if we come on here, you guys are gonna have to fucking talk, man, because I have to talk every fucking time. And now it's like, now it's you guys' turn to talk, dude. As soon as you fucking, oh, you guys all shut up, you motherfucking assholes. I thought we agreed that you guys
Okay,
were gonna talk.
All right. Off
I'm gonna
subject
hear
again.
another fucking silent break, dude. Again, okay? There are no pauses. You just keep
Okay.
going, all right?
All right, no problem. Okay, so
That's
you UFO bro, if you want to sit there and if you want to find out what's going on at the, if you get, you know, still whatever, if you want to set up like a video camera and an audio recorder, digital audio recorder, you can pick up different stuff. You know, just ask different questions. Just ask if you know, what's your name? Why are you here? You know,
Who's your daddy?
you know, stuff like that. I mean, you will get a response. I wouldn't. No, who's your daddy? Yeah, you're funny. You're freaking
Yeah, I'm
funny.
not saying right
Your
on
name,
laptop.
here, you know,
Who's your daddy?
and Rain, same thing goes with you, buddy. If you want to sit there and find out what's going on, man, set up a video recorder and you know, around the house. You know,
EVPs.
set up some digital recorders.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be able to.
Yeah, I need
fix
to
stuff
upgrade my
out.
technology situation.
You know, and if it turns out that it's something that you're still not comfortable with after you find out if there's not something actually there, hey, you know what? Like I said, just tell them to leave. You're not welcome here. Get out. This is my house, and don't come back. Period.
We can come back if you're nice.
Sir.
Yeah, come back if you're nice. Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
what I do
I
every
mean, you know,
time I
like I said, I
leave
put
an
on music.
investigation. Every time I leave an investigation, when I come home, I said right before I come home, I said, "Do not attach to my equipment. Do not attach to my car. Do not attach to me." And then when I come home, I sit there and I say it again before I come in the house, before I even unlock the door. Do not come into the house. You are not welcome here. You need to leave. Period.
Like, you ain't bringing that
All right,
shit
the
in here.
first
Bring your
person-
bad mojo with you.
The first person to name this tune wins.
Fucking Blue Oyster Cult, dude.
Yeah, don't fear the
Yeah.
Reaper, BOC.
But name the song. That's what he said.
You like that?
Oh yeah, fuck you. I named the band. Okay, that's good enough. All right, I want half a point.
Nobody played the cowbell though. Nobody grabbed the cowbell or nothing.
So,
What else did
All
anybody
right,
see?
guys, I got to peace
Paranormal.
out. My political group is doing some stuff, so I got to go. Later, guys.
All right,
all right,
buddy.
later, Nick.
All right, take it
See
easy,
ya.
bro.
What kind of stuff have you witnessed paranormal?
Oh shit, my fucking girl's here, dude. All right. Hey, as a matter of fact, dude, I think when I hear my dog barking, I'll see if she comes in. Keep going. I'm gonna have to get out of here soon, though. I think she's here.
Come on.
Play it.
I can't even
Cool,
see 'cause I
baby.
don't
Oh,
like
that's
it,
fucking
right?
good. Oh, you're playing the bass line though on the guitar. Oh, that's fucking that's hard on the guitar, man. That's fucking bad, dude. It's pretty sick, dude.
Come on, man.
Oh
Really?
my god. Really? Yeah, really?
No. I'm reading what comments on Facebook right now. It says Maybe Sasquatch is an alien and the Greys of Pleiadians mated with Sasquatch to create us.
Fuck, I thought the only Greys were the rebels.
I'm out of here, you guys. My girls here, all right. Hey, you know, I had a great time with you guys. I'm sorry for fucking with you. You know, I gotta give you guys a hard time, man. You know that. Keep you on your toes, all right. You guys can stay and bullshit, do whatever. But I'm out here, all right.
We understand.
All right,
house,
We understand.
motherfucker.
You're old
Right,
pussy
man.
whipped.
Yeah.
And get it.
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker.
Okay.
What up, Sean? How you doing, buddy? Oh, I can't hear you. Hang on. All right, say something. See if I can hear you.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
There, you're coming in now, dude. All right. Let me get my headphones on, man. What up, Jax? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Good, good. What up,
Good.
Johnny Webb? How you doing, buddy? Let me get my headphones on here for a minute. Let's see here. To my Bluetooth headphones. What up, Scott?
Yo, what up, y'all?
How we doing? Okay, just get my headphones. Hopefully they're gonna be hooked up. Oh, there we go. Are they connected? Let's see. Can you guys? No, I still hear them coming out of the thing. Fuck.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear some people.
What's up, Nick?
What up? What up? There it is.
What's up with y'all?
How you doing?
Wow, cool. I think this is the most people we've had in a while.
Where's my fucking headphones? Oh, here they are.
Yeah, there's like 6 or 7 people. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Y'all ever see UFO or aliens?
You like to help me out with the show. So I ended up going on Revolution Radio and doing a show with Dr. J. And then from that, Dr. J got picked up by Art Bell, who said, look, I want you to be our producer. You know, so many contacts. Would you do that for us? And so he done that show as well. But he said, I want to come on board and keep our own show. So we went on Midnight in the Desert just before Art Bell. So we did our show. And that got us a lot of hits, obviously, because Art Bell was coming on. And that just really bigged our show up. And so we did that for about a year. And then the guy that run it, Keith, he decided to let a load of shows go. And so most of the shows went. And so we just all followed suit and left and did our own show. So for the last 2.5 years, we've done Dr. J Radio Live that runs off YouTube. And we get to speak to the horse's mouth. For me, I don't get no money out of it. It's only, I do all the editing for the show and after edits and stuff to clear it all up. But I don't get no money from it. All I get is the opportunity to talk to the horse's mouth. So I get to speak to quite a few famous people and I really put it to them, put their feet to the fire and ask them questions. The link that I sent you earlier was a link for an interview I did with Linda Moulton Howe regarding human mutilation, and her explanation was it was Agent Orange. And so a few times she's been on our show, and the last time I put it to her again, with a new alien mutilation that had come about a couple of years ago, but it just recently came to light through Richard D. Hall, famous British ufologist. He made a video of it, and so I put this video.
Nick said something he's fucking loud. What up, yo?
I just literally jammed the microphone into the box, and I've never done this before.
Hey, man, it's fucking working fine, dude. Sounds good to me, man.
It's cool.
All right, cool.
Yeah, double thumbs up.
Anyone hear me?
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely.
So the guy who's hosting the show, what's your name?
Kyle, what up, buddy?
Kyle, how you doing? It's Johnny Webb in London.
How you doing, Johnny Webb?
Yeah, good. Look, I've seen UFOs myself. I've never seen an alien, but I've seen UFOs.
Me too.
I've filmed a few.
Really?
As I say, I did initially put them up on Third Phase of the Moon when it first started up. I was one of the first guys to Skype them. And I uploaded a video that I filmed when I was in Germany. It was a photograph of a UFO above a church. And I put it up there because literally I was scanning through the YouTube and saw these videos. And there was one that was very similar to the one I'd filmed, and it was a guy in Australia. So I emailed Blake Cousins, and he Skyped me, and I had this conversation with him. And so I showed him my material. He looked at it, and he said, "Can I use it?" I said, "Yeah." He made a quick interview with me, and then his brother he then edited it, cut out all my stuttering and all that, and put it on YouTube. And then it went from there. And then Dr. J, who was just working with them, he's independent, you know, himself, but he was working with them, and he asked me, could he interview me as well for a book? And he called me up on Skype and then said, look, with the knowledge base that you know about UFOs and your experience,
it was like I've known them my whole life or something. They would just pop into existence. It was like we were hanging out, and then they would disappear. But this one time, my sister heard the conversation I was having.
Hey, Nick, do you have headphones?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I can turn my volume down. I can go find some.
Yeah, turn your volume down and put on some headphones if you got it, because I'm picking up kind of like an echo from you.
Sound check.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna turn my volume way down while I'm talking. But yeah, the crazy part was my sister, of all people, heard the conversation. And then she starts coming downstairs going, who are you talking to? And then they disappeared. And I tried to play it off because I didn't want to look like I was crazy. I was like, I'm not talking to anybody. And she's like, no, I heard somebody else here down here with you talking to you. And I was just like, oh, yeah, well, those are my friends that come to visit me and blah, blah. I just didn't want to look like a fucking nutcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean.
All right, I found some headphones. I'm doing it.
Nobody.
All right, I got headphones on.
Yeah,
is that better?
I can hear you.
Copy.
Yep, we can hear you.
All right.
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me in London?
Is that better with the headphones on, you guys?
Yeah, much
you're
better.
still real loud though.
Yeah, you're still really, really loud, man.
Still really loud?
Copy. Whoever just said I'm in this. Rain, is that you?
Kyle, can you hear me? It's Hang now.
Hey, what up, Hang Now? How you doing, buddy?
Hey,
All right, I turned my volume all the fucking way down.
Yeah, Nick's so fucking loud. Sorry, Hang Now, I couldn't hear you, dude.
Me and my buddy were hanging out in California, and it's broad daylight afternoon. We're hanging out in the Cajon Pass, watching, because he's a train buff. He loves trains. So we're watching the trains come down from the mountain, and he looks up and he notices this two orange glowing orbs in the sky. And he's like, hey, look at that. And we're both sitting there staring at these things like, what the fuck? And then they do a check mark and disappear. And then we look at each other like, what the fuck? Did we both just really see that? And then, you know, went on with our day going, you know, what the fuck? And then, but the next couple days later, when we go to talk about it again, we both remember seeing the same thing, but we can't remember on where we saw it. So it's almost like those orbs noticed us, noticing them. And I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, but it's like they tried to scramble our memory at the last second. You know what I mean? Like a oops.
Position.
Yeah.
Did you have lost time, Nick?
Huh?
Did you have lost time?
No. No, it was just fucking weird. That and the only other thing that I've seen pretty far out was these interdimensional beings that visited me. Me and Kyle and others have talked about that. I don't tell people to use drugs, and I've spent a lot of time understanding different highs and their effects, and I've been to a lot of rehabs and psych wards because of it. But I know what I saw, and it was real. And these interdimensional beings that hung out with me, they were cool,